Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Welcome back. So, a little bit of a change of plans for today. Originally, I was going to be uploading a few Kringle candle reviews, but we're going to take a little bit of a detour from that. I will upload those candle reviews probably on Tuesday, so don't worry, they're coming. But I learned yesterday that we are able to share the new Kringle candle reserve line earlier than anticipated. So this line is launching on June 1st, and all of the Kringle ambassadors were able to order the candles early so that we could share them with you in terms of like our thoughts, first impressions, and whatnot prior to the actual release on June 1st. So I have all 5 of them, and I'm so excited to share these with you. I do have the fragrance notes, and I'm gonna be giving you just kind of my first impressions. I just got these in the mail the other day, and I have not lit them up. However, over the next week, I plan on burning as many of them as I can, so that hopefully on June 1st and 2nd, I can upload hopefully reviews for all 5. So that gives me the next week to kind of work through them. And I'm really excited about that. There's some great scents that are launching. And if you are new to Kringle, this is sort of a special limited edition release that they are doing with this reserve line. They are using much higher end fragrance oils. I feel like they are much more concentrated. The strength and the throw and the intensity of the fragrances are much more substantial with this particular line. And so I have really enjoyed the candles that have come out so far. I have not burned the late night one, which basically smells like McDonald's French fries. I haven't burned that one yet. I don't know that I'm going to. That's kind of that's a really neat one, and I think I'll keep that one just for my collection. And if you are someone who is a Kringle candle collector, this line is definitely worth checking out. I mean, I would encourage you to burn the candles as well, but I totally understand that there are some people who just get candles to like put them in their collection and not necessarily burn them. So, and the overall like aesthetic of this line, I think is just really beautiful and unique. So it is in the soy formula, which you guys know that I love. So when I do my reviews, I'm very confident in the soy formula, so I don't worry about the performance of that in terms of like waiting until at least the halfway point to review them for you guys. So I'll get a couple of burns in on each of them and then give you guys some post-burn reviews. The soy formula for me, like 99% of the time is perfect. Like there's really no sooting. Occasionally there is 1 or 2 that do have just a little bit of sooting that can happen, but for the most part, they're incredibly clean burning. The wicks that Kringle uses are fantastic. These are amazing wicks, you guys. A lot of times you don't even need to trim them. I still do, but I don't really think you even necessarily need to. They just burn. They're perfection. In terms of like the burn of the soy formula, it's perfection. I've made it no secret that I don't really love the paraffin formula from Kringle. I do still purchase some of those to be able to review for you guys, but my favorite is the soy. It has the strength and the throw that I really like, and I just wish that there were more like gourmand and fruity options, and I have a feeling that more of those are going to be coming down the pipeline, so my fingers are crossed. So I will put a link to Kringle Candle in the description box down below, as well as a discount code that you should be able to use on these once they launch. Yeah, let's get into it. I do have all 5. Like I said, they let us order these in advance of the release. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the fragrance notes. And I'm going to start with kind of my, like, I don't want to say least favorite, because there's nothing wrong with the fragrances. It's just more of like a personal preference kind of thing, right? Like there are some people that just really prefer florals. There are some people that really only prefer like fresh scents. There are people like me who prefer gourmand and fruity scents. There is a really great gourmand in this particular release. And by the way, there are more candles coming in this reserve line, and hopefully you guys are following Kringle and Mick over on Instagram. He's been doing a lot of sneak peeks lately of things that are coming down the pipeline. He has some things in store that, like, I'm crazy excited about. Like, I cannot wait for some of these new candles that he's coming out with. There are candles with more wicks coming, which I have kind of been like, yes. Love more wicks. Hello. Hi. Oh my God, you're so big. He like pushes me over now. This boy is strong. Okay. All right. Enough about that. Lots of good things coming. Stay tuned. I will let you guys know as soon as I can get my hands on any of the new stuff to be able to share. But let's get into these 5 scents that, again, are going to be launching on June 1st. These tend to be somewhat limited in their production. So I think if there are any that you really want, I would go ahead and get them sooner rather than later. And I don't want to like say that to pressure you guys, but there have been a lot of candles that have sold out recently from some of their limited edition collections. So just, it's basically for a warning. But let's get into it. Okay, where do we start? Let's start with the one that is the booziest candle that I have ever smelled. This is for those of you who love a Manhattan. We have a Manhattan candle. So Manhattans, one of my girlfriends got married several years ago, and for her bachelorette party, she decided to do she hired like this really awesome bartender that is local to our area here. And she hired the bartender to come and teach us how to make a lot of like amazing, really great classic cocktails. And one of the cocktails that she taught us how to make was a Manhattan. So Manhattans can be made with either whiskey, bourbon, they have sweet vermouth in them and bitters. And then there's usually a maraschino cherry that is popped in there as well. So we have a Manhattan candle here, you guys. It smells just like the real thing. If you like boozy scents, this is for you. I have to admit, this one's a little tough for me because it really smells like the real thing. All of these crazy authentic, I'm telling you right now, don't keep your nose in here too long because you might end up with a little buzz. Okay, so your top notes here are clove buds, cacao nibs, and dried fruit. Your mid notes are malt whiskey, Oloroso sherry, not cherry, sherry. Sherry, not cherry like the fruit. There we go. And then your base notes are oak barrels and vanilla bean. Yeah, it's got a lot of whiskey in there, you guys. It's very strong. In terms of like the specific notes, I have to admit, other than that malt whiskey like mid note, I don't pick up cacao nibs necessarily, or dried fruit, or clove buds. The oak, I think I do get like that oak barrel note for sure. There is like that charred wood kind of note in here. And I feel like I can even smell like that maraschino cherry, which I guess could be that like dried fruit note that's in there. But yeah, you guys, I mean, basically it smells like a Manhattan. So if you love a Manhattan, you now have a candle to enjoy alongside your favorite drink. So also all of these have the gorgeous black jars with the 100% soy, that beautiful creamy white wax. Again, the wicks are fantastic, and all of the labels have this beautiful black background so that the images really pop against the black. Just absolutely gorgeous. Love the packaging of this collection. I think it's definitely absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna save my favorite for last. Next is Fire. Okay, if you like that sort of hearth or charred wood type of fragrance, and you specifically like that during the holidays, I would really suggest picking this one up now to have on hand for the holidays, because I don't think that this one is necessarily gonna stick around until the holidays come around. Penny, you're killing me. She's got like her little like elbows like digging into my shins, and that is not comfortable. Okay, let's talk about fire and look at the label of this. Like, oh, just those flames against that beautiful black background. Just, ooh, so, so pretty. All right. So our notes for fire are, your top notes are glowing embers and warm spices. Your mid notes are smoked cedar and cade. Your base notes are amber, vanilla, and sandalwood. This just smells like a beautiful high-end hearth type scent. These are not my typical go-to scents. When I get fragrances like this, I don't like to burn them in my house. I like to burn fragrances like this in our backyard. We have, this house came with this beautiful covered patio and a stone fireplace, and we sit out there almost every single night of the year. We love that part of our backyard, and I love burning fragrances like this out there because it just kind of adds to that like warm ambiance. I like burning fragrances like these like hearth type scents out there all year round, not just during like the holidays or the fall months. I think even during the summer months, a fragrance like this, it just reminds you of like a campfire, right? It's just, this is so nice. In terms of specific notes that stand out to me, it's really just like the glowing embers, the smoked cedar. I do get the sandalwood in here for sure. Maybe a little bit of that amber. It's just a warm, cozy hearth type scent. If this at all appeals to you for the holiday time, I would snag it now just to have it on hand for later on in the year. This is done incredibly well. I typically don't love scents like this, but this one is really, really nice. It's not as harsh and aggressive as some other like woody, like charred wood type scents. So totally worth checking in if that is in your wheelhouse. It's done really well, even from the take of someone who doesn't normally gravitate towards scents like that. All right, you know what, let's talk splash. I think my husband is really gonna like this one. He's currently out of town, but I'm so excited for him to smell this one. I think this is totally gonna be like a bedroom candle for us. Ooh, it's so fresh and clean. This smells like a really sexy man. Oh my gosh. Okay, so your top notes here are Valencia orange, kaffir lime, and fresh air. Your mid notes are pink jasmine, lavender, and water lily. Now with those mid notes, definitely don't like let that imply that this is any type of like super feminine type of fragrance. It's very masculine. This honestly reminds me of like a men's cologne. That's really what this makes me think of right away. I don't smell this and think, beautiful, light, airy florals. That's not what this is. Your base notes are white patchouli. I do love me some patchouli. Cedar leaf and amber mist. You know what I like about this one? I think it's that I really smell that kaffir lime in here. There is that really nice citrus note. I love kaffir lime. And that is very, very noticeable in this, as is that like fresh air type note. This is very clean, masculine, fresh. Man, I want a cologne in this for Craig, because I would just love to like, man, I'd love to smell this on him. I'm very excited to see what he thinks of this one. I do get a little bit of that cedar leaf in here for sure, and a little bit of a touch of patchouli. If you're afraid of patchouli, don't be afraid of this one. It is not your typical like dirty hippie patchouli. It's almost like a cleaner version of a patchouli. It's really, really nice. Yeah, if like more masculine types of scents are your vibe, I would definitely say check out Splash. And this one has, so it's like it looks like a wave, like an S wave, backwards S. I really like this one a lot. Super, super fun. All right, let's talk about the floral from the collection. And this is Midnight Garden. This is one of the most unique florals that I have ever stuck my nose in. It's so interesting. This is one where I think you have to smell it. I don't even think there's a way for me to like explain really what this fragrance is. I'm going to tell you guys the notes. It's very complex. It's got a lot going on. This is for those of you that appreciate fragrances that have a lot of different elements. But I feel like they're paired together very, very nicely in this one. So your top notes are bergamot and orange zest, as well as black rose. Although I will say, nothing screams rose in this to me at all. Your mid notes are black tea. Yes, that tea note is very apparent in here. Bayberry, get a lot of bayberry in this, and eucalyptus. There's definitely eucalyptus in here, but it's not a eucalyptus forward candle. Your base notes are amber, vanilla, and there is definitely amber in here. This one's so hard to like explain because it's got a lot going on. And to me, it's neither a very masculine scent or quite frankly, a very feminine scent. I've never smelled anything like this. I've never really seen another candle where these notes are put together. This is for those that really kind of like different types of fragrances. If you like things that are very basic, very straightforward, I don't know that this one would really appeal to you, but I also think it's just so interesting. I'm very curious to see how this one smells when it's burning, because I feel like this is one that could really transform once it warms up. I'm gonna like this one tonight. I am so excited to see what this one turns into. So on the label here, are these camellias that are on here? I'm not sure what these flowers are, but they're beautiful. And again, they just pop against that background with those bright green leaves. They're just gorgeous, right? Definitely go to the website. These labels are really going to pop on the website. I don't know that my camera is really doing them justice. And my favorite. Okay, fun fact. When I was in college, I survived college by going to the Starbucks that was on my campus every single day and buying a hazelnut latte. I love hazelnuts, and I live in Oregon. I believe that hazelnuts are our state nut. Does every state have a nut, like a state nut? Do you have a state nut? I know most states have their state bird and animal, you know, like we have the beaver. So, anyway, let's talk hazelnut truffle. Oh, the hazelnut in this, you guys, it took me back to those college days where I would just enjoy that hazelnut latte. Absolutely delicious. Okay, your top notes are chocolate and sweet. Oh, I guess I should show you the beautiful label. Chocolate and sweet. Your mid notes are hazelnut and creamy. Your base notes are vanilla and sugar. This is the most basic out of all of these scents, but to me, it's my favorite. It's a gourmand. It's a chocolate. It's a hazelnut. It is creamy. It's warm. It's delicious. I want more of this. I am going to place an order for at least a few of these. One I know I want to get for Stella's teacher at the end of the year. Stella has told me multiple times that she sees her teacher sneaking chocolates throughout the day. She'll be at her desk and Stella's like, I can see her eating chocolate and she's not sharing it with any of us. And I'm like, you leave her alone. This poor woman, she has a class full of fourth graders and you guys are nuts. So you let her have her chocolate moment. So I want to give Stella's teacher this one as a gift at the end of the school year. So June 1st, I'll be ordering more of this for sure. One for her and probably at least 5 for me. I love this one, you guys. It's so good. I want to light this one up too. But I tell you what, this Midnight Garden and this Hazelnut Truffle are not going to be a good pairing together. So I think I might light this one up tomorrow. And I'll burn this Midnight Garden one tonight. But oh man, if you love chocolate, this is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's not a cloying chocolate scent at all. It's like a really nice, like high-end, like moonstruck truffle type of chocolate scent. Oh, so creamy and rich and delicious, and that nutty hazelnut just like woven throughout. Get out of town. I'm in love. This is my favorite one from the Reserve collection so far. Now I do think that there might be a macaron scent coming, so I'm kind of excited about that one too. But this, hands down, so far, this is it for me. This right here, like this is what I need more of. This is what I just have been missing in my life. Man, I love that one. I cannot wait to light that up. So you guys, those are the candles that are going to be dropping on June 1st. Again, I'll put a link in the description box down below. They're not on the website yet. Sir, you cannot punch me in the neck like that. I'll put a link to the Kringle website down below. Like I said, you should be able to use my discount code on these to bring the cost down a little bit more. I will say these Reserve line candles are slightly more expensive than the regular soy candle line, but they are using they're much more expensive oils that they are purchasing for this particular collection. So they're a lot more like higher end smelling. They smell like fancy lady candles, you guys. Like that's really like, I guess, the best way that I could explain it to you. They're much more sophisticated, much more unique than the usual thing that you see from Kringle. So anyway, I'm so glad I was able to share these with you guys. I am thankful to be able to get stuff like this in advance of the release so that I can share it prior to it actually going live. So I'm going to get to burning, and I will have some, at least a few burns for each of them on June 1st and 2nd. I don't want to like upload them all in one day. So I'll kind of space in between June 1st and 2nd, and that way, yeah. Hopefully, if there's anything that you want, you'll have my take on it. So, but I know the other ambassadors are also going to be sharing their thoughts on their their YouTube channels. There are some people who just review candles on Instagram and on TikTok. So keep an eye out. There are going to be quite a few reviews coming up here for you shortly. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe if you're new and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.